Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you're new. Today we're in the dirt street stocks here at Limaland. Ran an okay time in practice. I ran the top for a couple laps to get that time, and then I just ran the bottom the rest trying to work it in, because it seems like everybody just wants to run the top. And fastest I've ran is an 8.81 in my last practice, but I've seen people get down to the low 8s running the high side. So this is exactly the opposite of what I expected. I thought you'd be able to run the bottom until it went away and then move up, but it seems like these cars are better up top. It's already starting to get worn in a little bit up here, but the track came in really clean, so basically everybody's been running the top, a little bit of the middle, but not much. So I'm just going to run top both laps and see what we can do, and try not to smack the wall, basically. Easy to do off the corners, and a little bit in the middle of the corners too if you're too high. Super close to the wall there. Ran a 0, which isn't bad. Second lap should be a little bit quicker, I feel like, just because you have a little bit more run into that lap. 4.6, okay. Ran 0.01 difference on my lap, so I was not very quick on the second lap. I thought it would have been faster, to be honest, but so far we are 5th. Probably going to move down a little bit. There is 2 different splits because there was about 22 people that registered, so just over what a full field would have been, which would have been really interesting. But we're going to be starting mid-pack, it looks like, for our heat races. Still have the 11 car to qualify, so I'll pick it up when we're getting ready to go green. Alright, so we still stayed in 5th. We'll be 3rd for heat number 1, which is going to be interesting, because the inside's going to be tough, because the outside's the faster lane right now. And even for the feature, the outside might be better.
What you say there, Justin?
Should be an interesting race, though.
Fancy saying you here.
There's a lot of fast people here. A lot of fast people. We are car number 2 out of, like,
hey,
what,
Justin,
11, I think?
I promise I won't run you over.
Alright, let's see how this goes. It is only a heat race, but hopefully we could stay up here with these guys. They were very quick.
You been doing all right?
Especially starting on the bottom is going to be rough.
Yeah, I've been doing all right. Cruising along.
These run completely different than the way the 305s did at this track. I just ran the 305s the other day, and they run the complete opposite.
Hawkins said,
they run bottom to top instead of top to bottom. It's very odd. And probably just stay top anyways.
All right, boys and girls, you're ready to go here today.
Like, even when the top gets worn out, people are still going to probably just be ripping the wall and bouncing off of it and stuff. But we'll see how this goes. I was kind of hoping I was in the second heat. That would have been better off for the feature, I feel like. Try not to get too sideways there. It wasn't too bad, but it was a little bit.
Outside.
8 cars probably gonna end up getting by us on the outside. That's the problem starting on the inside. Oh, this car is fast behind me too. Okay, I want to move up. Everybody's just on the top now. Literally just a train up top. 8 cars really hard. Oh Jesus, he's really hard in the wall. Gonna slide up. 8 cars still in the wall back there, so he just lost all his spots. That's the problem about running up here the whole time. You get stuck in the wall and you bounce off of the turn 2 wall. That hurts. Your steering's real messed up, probably. Right now we're 3rd. Have a pretty good gap back to 4th. See if we can try to catch 2nd at all. Don't know if we will or not. Because 8 laps is very short here for heat racing. Oh jeez. I tapped the wall, but it didn't bring my front end around, thank God. Very close to. My thing is running right up on the wall at this track. I go too low and I just get in the slick too much. I'm not the best at running the wall at this track. I'm usually not the best at running the wall anywhere. Especially this track, because the berm is like right up there by the wall, and if you barely go over it, you're going to be in the wall. Very hard to run. You have to go in with a slight pitch to get the back end up there. Pretty much it. Just trying to stay out of it as much as we can. And I'll run a lower lane for 3 and 4 just so I don't get an attempt at a slide job from behind. And we'll come home third in our heat race, which isn't bad. We'll keep
Wish you'd
fifth.
slow down a little bit.
For real, he is flying there. We'll see. We'll keep fifth for our feature as well. So that's not bad.
I mean, I wish these tracks were got 2 lanes for good racing.
Yeah.
But I love when they're just up top against the wall and hammer down.
It's hard though. But you can see the A car got stuck in the wall here.
Hammer down,
It
you
just
ready?
bounced off a turn 2. Luckily, we were able to miss him. Us and the 4 barely. Then his front right was destroyed from that. You could see it's just like wobbling. He was just stuck in the wall at that point. Yeah, his front right was real messed up. It wasn't allowing him to turn anymore. That's unfortunate for him. But we'll go watch the leaders and everyone in this heat. Should be another quick one. We'll see how they run. Probably just right along the top as well. That top's going to go away, and it's going to be very, very hard to run up there in the feature race. So we'll see what happens then. Because we do have, what, 30 laps in the feature? No, 25, okay. Some races are 30, some are 25. I never know which is which. The ones I think are going to be 25 or 30, and vice versa. It's always different. Which I don't know why they changed from 25 to 30. Just keep it to 30, and it'll be fine. Cautions are on in the feature race as well, so that will be very interesting with people hitting the wall and bouncing off each other. When people hit the wall, 6 car is gone. 3 car had a pretty good jump. 6 car is kind of sideways there. 3 car is actually going to get the lead out of this. Good start by him. 6 car just got way too loose on the start. 6 is going to move up in front of the 10. 10 allows it. It gets into him a little bit going into that corner. 6 car is a little loose right now. Going through these corners. And he's in the wall up there. Gonna bring the 10 car back right up to his bumper. He's gonna start running the bottom, I guess, now. 10 car to nice corner. Gonna get right around the 6, no problem. Looks like the 7's gonna follow him through. Dang, the 6 went from 2nd place in qualifying. He's gonna be in 4th now in this heat race. He is struggling a little bit. But that happens when some people are good on a fresh track. Some people get worse as the track falls off because it's hard to run up by the wall. And I don't blame them. It happens to me at certain tracks for sure too. But that's rough though, going from starting on the outside pole to 8th at that point. 7 cars in the wall a little bit. 10 cars running a pretty decent line. I want to see how the 3's running. Back right just barely out, running perfectly right up there on the top side. Nobody in sight on him. Just running real smooth. There's 11 cars all on the wall, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a car squeaking, it's just the 11 bouncing off the wall everywhere. Oh, 6 is in the wall again. Off the corner as well. 7 car is going for the inside line on the 10. Not going to quite make it work. He's trying something to get around him. They're on lap 7, going into the final lap right now. Does he have anything for the 10 car here to take away 4th place in the feature? Or does he not? He's just going to stay in line. Unless the 10 car really screws up, he'll be fine. So the 3 car won, 10, 7, the 11. I don't know what happened to the 6 there at the end. He went from outside pole to freaking last. What happened to him? Oh, he smacked the wall off of 2, going into the final lap. Oh, and just about spun out there. That's what happened. He got super sideways. That's rough, going from 2nd to 10th for the feature. That's going to be hard to come back from because you're already struggling up top, and it's going to be hard to pass. So we'll see how this goes. 7 car is very quick there in the heat race, so we'll have to watch out for him. He'll be on our outside. I think starting on the bottom is going to suck. But we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we can get a good enough start. And get to the top before turn 1, but I highly doubt it. But if you guys enjoy this kind of racing, hit that like and subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been really enjoying this series again. After not running it for a few seasons. Getting back into it this season has been a lot of fun. And you guys seem to enjoy it as well. A lot of people seem to like to watch the street stocks because it makes the most sense because this is the rookie series car, but this is like the C class of the rookie series. So it makes sense because everybody already has this car and trying to figure it out or anything.
car.
Okay, hopefully we can get a good jump and get singled out, but I highly doubt it.
Let's fly back in that seat real
Because the
quick.
10 and the
Go
7
for
were
it,
pretty
Doug.
quick in their
Go
heat.
protect your steering wheel.
Should be a good race though.
Boss man, have a great day. Have fun. Take stars off. Green flag.
We had a pretty good jump. The 7 didn't have the best, but neither did the 10, so the 10's still on our outside here.
Hustle around, brother. Hustle around. We're gonna fit this time.
No, we're not, Spotter.
Outside.
I'm gonna see if I can try to make the bottom work, because there's so much grip down here right now.
Outside.
Top's just so fast if you run it right
Outside.
and don't get in the wall. And if you don't have the room to come up to the wall, running the bottom, it's not nearly as fast.
Corner. Clear.
7 stood to our outside. 4 is gonna be to our outside now. So that's rough.
Working outside.
Because the 4 is right on the bumper of the 7 pretty much.
Clear.
I'm just trying to let off and keep the car straight to come off the corner pretty smooth. But if they run that outside well, it's just super fast. 7 car I think got in the wall some.
Clear by half. Outside. Outside.
I do think the very bottom is better than like the middle, to me at least. Because you're just cutting off more of the track.
Outside. Clear high.
Barely had room to pull up there, but I didn't want to do it because the 4 would have been right on my bumper and might have hit us. And I didn't want that to happen. There would have been no reason for it really. It's still early in the race, 6 laps in.
Clear.
But we've been stuck on the bottom the entire run so far, which sucks.
Outside. Clear.
I think barely edged out this 4 car there.
Sorry, Chris.
Outside.
Almost pinched him to the wall. It was close. I was like straightening out really bad off that corner. Try not to get too sideways in these corners, but it's very tough to stay straight. That was a better corner. 7 cars in the wall.
Clear.
We're 3 wide. Nope, 4 car backed off. Or the 7 cars had a really good corner. One or the other.
Outside. Well done, my friend.
Surprised I've been able to actually
Clear him.
run with the 4 and the 7, keeping this bottom lane going as much as I have.
Still there. Clear outside.
Been doing the best I can with it. Just ran our best lap of the actual race,
Outside.
which is funny. Because the bottom's starting to get a little bit more worn in to where you can kind of keep a little bit of speed.
Outside clear.
But that's the thing, like I'm just getting a little faster now, but if I can get out to the wall coming off these corners, it'd be fine. But it seems like we can now. But I kind of like the bottom because the top is so thin.
Thank you, lap car.
Outside. Clear.
Because everybody's just going to stay on the top. If I can keep this bottom going, we might be able to make a couple passes here.
Corner clear.
Now the thing is, this lap car here is going to be a problem.
Clear.
You might have to go high to get around him. Actually got by the 7 there, nice. The key for me on the bottom, oh, he just like wrecked into the pits. Oh, 10 cars in the wall.
Corner clear.
Damn, we've gotten up to 4th now, running the bottom. I'm shocked by that. It's actually going pretty smooth for us now. Because everybody just keeps smacking the wall.
Good job.
And the bottom's not super worn in, it just has like the perfect amount of grip right now to run it, in my opinion. I just let off a little bit and try to keep the car straight, and then once it's pointed off the corner, hit the gas. But if you just stay in the gas running the bottom, it'll just be really sideways. Might want to run up here in the grip a little bit more. That might be a better play. I'm surprised we got up to 4th. Fell all the way back to 7th. Got all the way up to 4th, just running the bottom the whole time. Just worked it in enough to where it actually came in for us, which is nice. We'll see if we can catch this 5 car or not. We got less than 10 laps, about 7 laps to go. But he's running the top really well right now. I think that's going to be hard to get up to him and get by him. I think if we actually catch him on the bottom, he'll realize we're catching him on the bottom and start to take it. But I might be catching him just a little bit right now. Seems like it if he keeps messing up his corners. I think I just ran my fastest lap of the race in lap 20. But that's usually never happening. Usually the fastest lap of the race is like your first 5 laps or so. Once you get cleared out, singled out in the run, and the track's still as good as it can be. Now at this point in the race, the racing's actually more interesting, it seems like. Yeah, the 5 car moved to the bottom. He's very fast in the bottom now. So we ain't gonna catch him. Because we were catching him when he was running the top. We were definitely catching him on that when he was up there. But first place is 2 seconds ahead of second, and then second's way in front of third, and then third's pretty good in front of me. Like, and then I have a decent gap back to fifth, and fifth and sixth are kind of close to each other. 2 laps to go. I'm happy with how this went though. I'm surprised. I really thought starting in fifth and on the bottom, and we fell all the way back to 7th. I thought we were just gonna be running mid-pack the whole time. Luckily, we were able to make back 3 of those spots on the bottom before people realized the bottom started coming in. Everybody else was just smacking the wall really hard. Ooh, 5 car went real high there. In turn 1 and 2. If he smacks the wall here, we might get him. No, he's gonna run it really clean. Nice, good race, good race. Happy with how that went. I'm surprised I came up and finished 4th. Really thought we were going to be back in like 7th, 6th, something like that, right in the Hornet's nest, but luckily we were able to make a couple spots
Chris,
up.
what happened to you there that back half of the race?
That was a good race, though. Very good race.
Me, mate. I couldn't keep up with you.
Yeah, the 1 car was just so fast. I want to see how he was running. Was he just ripping the top the whole time? Dang, he was still running zeros at this point? I think my fastest lap was a 1, and he was still running zeros in the lap 23. What was his fastest lap of the race? It was lap 21. It was a 9:33. Holy crap. He is flying, though. He was just ripping the top perfectly. That's crazy. Let's go back to the beginning. See any instance that happened. 8 car in the wall to start out. Literally lap 1. I don't know which car ended up wrecking. Who was it? The 6 car. Okay. The 6 car was the one that struggled a ton in the heat race. It looks like the 8 car had a really big dent on the front of his car. He got into somebody on the initial start. And thinking about it, we had no cautions. That's awesome. Oh. If that was anywhere up further in the field, that would have been a caution for sure. 8 car had a good run on the outside. 6 started getting sideways. 8 just got into the back of him, spun him the rest of the way around. And that was that whole deal. And that's why the 6 was so far back. I got really kind of lucky. Everybody stayed at the top for me, though. This 4 car was in the wall. I could hear it all around me when we were running. But the top was just so fast in the beginning. So quick in the beginning. 1 car in the wall, just barely. Oh, actually a decent amount. Saved it, though, from killing it off of turn 2. Because that would have really destroyed his car. 3 car would have definitely gotten by him at that point. And I think this is when the leaders were catching the lap car. He hits the tire down there. He stays low for the leaders. He hits another tire. Yep, right there. It like dents in the front end and then re-pops out. He was running super low, way too low. Just kept hitting those tires and bouncing his car up. This is where we caught all the way up to the 10 because he got in the wall hard. And then I think he smacked the wall here too. Yeah, we caught all the way up to the 10, got around him. The 6 car was screwed at that point. He went to the pits. I'm just shocked we got up by everybody on the bottom in a few laps. Like, that worked out super well for us. 10 car hit that tire down there, and then this was the end of the race where he just went over a tire. But I want to see, like, that mid part of the race where I was really fighting these guys. I want to see where I started actually making some headway. What lap was it? Because right there, the 7, I think, got in the wall. 4 car, I thought we were going to be 3 wide, but the 4 had a good turn. The 7 had a good turn. 4 got a little sideways. I think after that, I started pulling away from the 4. Took a couple laps. Yeah, right here is where I started making headway finally, because the bottom started getting worn in enough to where you could actually make up some time down there. Which I thought we would do from the beginning and then move up high after that, but The top is very fast if you can run it. Especially the whole time, like the one car was doing. He was flying. It's just so funny how you hear everybody hitting the wall around the track in the replays. So funny. But got by the 7 there. Just everybody was getting so sideways or smacking the wall. And then after I got by the 7, he started running the bottom. Because he realized that I passed him and ran away from the 4 car. Got by the 10. And we were pretty much clear from that point on. Did the 10 car end up getting back by the 7? I don't know. Because I know that the 7 ended up back on the outside of the 10. Because I think the 10 car had a really big run off of this corner and then like dove low right here. I remember seeing it in my mirror that the 10 car like was super low all in a corner. 7 car gets back by him clean. I think the 7 car ended up beating him out. Yeah, he did. Okay. So that was a good race overall. Happy with how we did. Surprised we were able to make up some spots there on the bottom because it was looking bleak in the beginning. So happy with how we did. Finishing 4th, car number 2 might gain the slightest bit of iRating. I don't know. We'll have to go see because the 7 and 10 finished behind me like mid-pack, so they'll probably gain a little bit. I think I might lose a little bit still, which would be disappointing. But we had a good race. I'm happy with how it went. So let's go see what we end up getting out of the results. Alright, results in. Strength of field is nearly 2,500. Pretty good. Strength of field and split all together. 1 car had the fastest lap by far. 3 car actually ran a really good time too, a 9:43 in the race. I ran a 1:02, and that was lap 19, which is crazy. And he ran his 9:33 on 21. That is flying at that point in the track. Like especially because he was running the top, like he was just ripping it along the wall and not hardly getting into it, which was impressive. It's hard to do at that track, but we do lose 6 iRating, not too bad. We are over 4,300, which is awesome. I'm happy we end up getting back over that threshold again, but barely lost any. But I knew it'd be a gain or loss of just less than 10, which isn't too bad. Happy about that. Everybody kept it pretty clean. The top, actually the 3 car hit the wall pretty hard, it seems like, and got a 2x, but overall had a good race. Shocked we got back up to 4th, like I said, and just had a good race overall. Able to get back by the 4, the 7, and the 10 all on the bottom, which is very hard to do, I feel like, in the feature race. But it started getting worked in, and I'm happy I stuck with it down there, because if I started running the top, I might have just been stuck behind the 7 and 10. You never know. So appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. Let me know if you guys ran this earlier in the week and how you guys did. Hopefully you guys got some wins, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.